Cambodia calls for ceasefire with Thailand amid rising death toll. In a dramatic escalation of tensions, Cambodia has urgently called for an immediate ceasefire with Thailand, as the ongoing border skirmishes have tragically resulted in the deaths of over 30 individuals, including innocent civilians. This alarming situation has prompted Cambodia's ambassador to the United Nations, Chea Keo, to advocate for an unconditional truce, emphasizing the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict that has arisen between the two nations. However, Thailand's Foreign Minister, Maris Sangiampongsa, has responded by stating that for any ceasefire discussions to advance, Cambodia must demonstrate genuine sincerity in its commitment to ending the hostilities. The conflict has already claimed at least 32 lives, comprising both soldiers and civilians, and has displaced nearly 200,000 people across the two Southeast Asian countries, each accusing the other of initiating the violence that erupted on Thursday. As the fighting persisted into a third day, reports from Thailand indicated that Cambodian forces had lodged attacks in a new coastal area in the south, only to be repelled by the Thai Navy. Earlier, clashes were reported in Thailand's provinces of Surin, Ubon Ratchathani, and Sri Saket, all of which border Cambodia. In response to the escalating violence, Thailand has declared martial law in 8 districts adjacent to Cambodia. Thai officials have reported that since the onset of the conflict, 19 individuals, 13 civilians, and 6 soldiers have lost their lives within Thailand. Additionally, nearly 140,000 people have been evacuated from their homes to ensure their safety. On the Cambodian side, the Defense Ministry has confirmed 13 fatalities, including 8 civilians and 5 soldiers, and noted that over 35,000 individuals have fled their residences due to the fighting. In a concerning statement, Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai warned that the situation could escalate into a full-blown war, highlighting that the clashes now involve heavy weaponry and have spread to 12 different locations along the border. Thailand has accused Cambodia of targeting civilian areas with its artillery, leading to the evacuation of all villages within the range of the rockets. Conversely, Cambodia has alleged that Thailand is employing cluster munitions, which are internationally banned due to their indiscriminate impact on civilian populations. As of now, Thailand has not addressed these serious allegations. Despite the growing calls for peace, Thailand's foreign minister has asserted that there is no need for third-party mediation in the conflict, even as global leaders urge for an immediate ceasefire. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who currently chairs the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, has previously offered to mediate discussions between the two countries. The United States has also joined the chorus of voices calling for an immediate cessation of hostilities, protection of civilians, and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The roots of this dispute can be traced back over a century to the period following the French occupation of Cambodia, when the borders between the two nations were established. Over the years, sporadic clashes have occurred, resulting in casualties on both sides. The latest surge in tensions began in May, following the death of a Cambodian soldier during a confrontation, which has driven bilateral relations to their lowest point in more than 10 years. But here's where it gets controversial. With both nations blaming each other for the outbreak of violence, can a peaceful resolution truly be achieved? What do you think? Is there a path forward for Cambodia and Thailand, or are we witnessing the beginning of a more significant conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thailand and Cambodia ceasefire talks. Trump brokers peace amid conflict. As tensions rise between Thailand and Cambodia, the world watches closely as both nations seek a decisive path to peace. U.S. President Donald Trump claimed that Thailand and Cambodia agreed to hold immediate ceasefire talks, citing his own diplomatic efforts to broker peace after 3 days of fighting along their border. However, new flashpoints have emerged, including over 30 deaths and displacement of 130,000 people amid growing concerns about the long-term consequences of unresolved conflicts. The ASEAN chair, Anwar Ibrahim, has urged a ceasefire, emphasizing the importance of dialogue in resolving disputes over undemarcated border points and ancient temples. Disputes center around jurisdictional conflicts and heritage sites, with Cambodia prioritizing its sovereignty and Thailand advocating for a bilateral approach. Amid these tensions, Trump's leadership has highlighted the risks of prolonged conflict and called for restraint on both sides, urging negotiations to end violence. In response, Thai and Cambodian embassies have expressed solidarity, while local communities report casualties and displacement. The conflict has already extended into Malaysia, with clashes escalating into a third day in Ceasefire province, raising questions about the future of peace and cooperation. Cambodia-Thailand border clashes. Civilians flee as violence escalates. A war is brewing in Southeast Asia, and the people caught in the crossfire are paying the price. Imagine a border dispute that simmered for over a century, suddenly erupting into full-scale violence, with artillery shells raining down and civilians fleeing their homes. That's the grim reality unfolding along the Thai-Cambodian frontier, where clashes have now raged for 3 days, leaving dozens dead and hundreds of thousands displaced. But here's where it gets controversial. Both sides are accusing each other of starting the conflict. And the truth is buried under layers of political posturing and historical grievances. And this is the part most people miss. This isn't just about land. It's about pride, power, and the fragile peace that's been fraying for decades. In Adar Mien Che, Cambodia, a soldier lies in a hospital corridor, his back riddled with shrapnel from a Thai artillery shell. His clothes were torn away by the blast, and he's been waiting for surgery in a facility without an X-ray machine. His wife and son sit beside him, their faces etched with worry. Nearby, another soldier recounts how a shell fragment tore into his shoulder near the Thai Quebe temple, another disputed site. Cambodia claimed it has pushed Thai forces back from these contested areas, but verifying such claims is nearly impossible in the chaos. The temples, Tamon Tam, Takrade, and others have long been flashpoints, their ancient stones now witnesses to modern violence. The border between these two neighbors stretches over 800 kilometers, and for more than a century, it's been a patchwork of contested claims. The last major clash in 2011 centered on the Preah Vihear Temple, a UNESCO site that became a symbol of national pride. Now, history is repeating itself, with the death toll climbing to over 30. Including civilians. In Cambodia, 13 lives have been lost. In Thailand, 20. The toll is likely higher, but accurate numbers are hard to come by. What's clear is that both sides are suffering. Schools have become shelters, and food supplies are dwindling for displaced families. Cheng Dieb, a mother of 3, fled her home 5 kilometers from the border. She now shelters in a primary school with dozens of other families, their belongings packed in plastic bags. If the shooting continues, we'll keep moving, she says, her voice trembling. For many, returning home briefly to tend livestock or collect belongings is a dangerous gamble. We have little food left, she adds. If this continues, we'll have nothing to eat. In another shelter, a woman who asked to remain anonymous recalls how bombs fell while her neighbors worked in the fields. We ran for our lives and couldn't take everything we needed, she says. The government's support, she notes, is minimal, forcing communities to pool their own resources to survive. The conflict has escalated into a full-blown diplomatic crisis. Thailand declared martial law in 8 border districts, while Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Min accused Thai forces of unprovoked, premeditated attacks. Thailand's acting PM, Phumtham Wechayachai, went further, suggesting Cambodia might be guilty of war crimes for allegedly targeting civilians. Both nations have recalled ambassadors, downgraded diplomatic ties, and traded accusations of landmine use. Cambodia denies planting new mines, claiming they're remnants of its civil war. Thailand insists otherwise. The result, a tit-for-tat spiral that shows no sign of slowing. What's next? With 140,000 Thai civilians and 38,000 Cambodians displaced, the human cost is staggering. The world watches as 2 nations, bound by history and geography, struggle to reconcile their differences. But here's the question. Can this conflict be resolved through dialogue, or is it doomed to repeat the cycles of the past? Share your thoughts. Do you think either side is truly to blame? Or is this a tragedy of miscommunication and mistrust? The answer might lie in the very temples that have stood as silent witnesses to centuries of strife.